If you had been anticipating the return to my common planner, so have I. And I am so excited to be setting up this new week. I'm actually gonna do a weekly spread on my notes pages, and I'm going to be decorating them with this sticker book. This color combination of like the thick black with the soft pink is something that I have really enjoyed. I want to say I've done it like once, a similar kind of like combination on my day designer, and oh, I loved it. So I knew immediately that this was going to be a good color scheme if I put these stickers with my Tombow marker and just dark black ink together. And yes, overall I loved how it came out, and I was so excited to use this spread. But being that it is October, I'm going to tell you the little story of what happened to me this week. It was just, oh my God, my stress was through the roof. So get ready. I feel like this is kind of like one of those the worst like scary planner story you can imagine. So this week I was pre-setting it up before we headed out. So we were going to be traveling this week. I was not going to be home, and I was just getting this ready so I wouldn't have to think about it during the travel. Once the week started, it was already ready for me, ready to go. So pre-planned, set it up, had it all nice and ready, and this was the first week that I had come back to my common planner. So everything was just arranged for me to use this planner. What happened? Friday when I headed out, obviously I used my planner to do a little checklist of things that I wanted to make sure I didn't forget before I headed out. So I was checking the list, doing my runs, doing the last minute chores outside, last minute things to pack inside, adding things to the car, adding snacks, adding luggage, and those miscellaneous knickknacks that you last minute, put into the car. I was checking things off on my planner as I added things into the car and whatnot. And we got that done, got it done, got in the car, headed out. It wasn't until I got to my destination. So this is like 3 hours later, of driving. 3 hours later of driving. That immediately, as I am planning to unload my things in the car, I look to my right side and I process the fact that my planner is not on the seat. And typically I carry my planner on my backpack, but I very clearly remembered that I had left it out as I was checking things off, and I could not recall storing it again in my backpack. I thought I had put it in my front passenger seat. I had just stashed it in there as I headed out, and I had not done that. And even though I knew I had not put it anywhere else in the car, I still checked everything. I checked my glove compartment, I checked my middle console, I checked the back seats, I went through the luggage that I knew I had not put it in. I still went through it. I just could not accept that I did not know. I knew I had left it, but even worse, I did not know where I had left my planner. The last thing I remembered, or that I could recall, was that I was checking things off outside in the front of the hood of my car. So my thoughts were, if I left it on top of my car, which was the last place that I could remember me using it, the most positive note, hopefully it fell off as I was driving out of my house, and I'm hoping and praying that it's laying somewhere in my driveway, or it hung on for a little longer and it fell somewhere on the road. Right, obviously more than likely it didn't reach all the way to the highway, maybe somewhere on the road of my neighborhood. But neither was like a best scenario. And obviously once I got to my destination, I met up with my husband, and he can kind of like see there's something going on with me. And I'm like, this is the worst day ever. Like, I just lost my planner. This has never happened to me, by the way. I have never lost it. And then it comes to me. Oh my gosh. Another thing that I never do. I don't like to hold like credit card information inside my planner in case it does get stolen. And then the second thing is that obviously I share this with all of you, so I wouldn't like to accidentally give out, show that type of information. But since I was gonna be out of town this week, not home, I decided to put credit card information on a sticky note so I could pay some bills that I had to do online. Again, something I never do, but I decided to do it this week. And that was, oh my gosh, like credit, like, and it wasn't credit card information. It was our debit card information. Like, oh, I felt so bad. Like, I was already like thinking we would have to redo all that, get a new card. So I let my husband know, we need to definitely keep track of this account. Hopefully, if someone finds my planner, the sticky note where I had put that card information on, it was hidden in between pages. Like, it wasn't somewhere quickly noticeable. You would really have to flip through my empty notes pages to find it. I knew where it was, but so that was on my mind. And my husband's like, that's something that can be fixed. It's okay. But naturally, I still felt a lot of guilt for putting us in that situation, letting one thing pass and, one accident pass into another, and now being there, I felt really bad about it. Overall, it was just a big unknown, the unknown that was killing me, the uncertainty of where could it be? Where could this planner be? Hoping that it was in the driveway and not that I dropped it somewhere on the road. And then the other fact is hoping that we had good weather and that it wouldn't get damaged while it was outside. Definitely hoping that no one with ill intent got it. And finally, that I couldn't check or find out if either of these scenarios were correct because I was going to be out a week. So I just had to live with the unknown for a week. Okay. Happy to say that when I came back home, I wasn't able to look for it that same night because it was already dark outside. But when I came indoors, it turns out it was on top of my kitchen table. Oh my goodness, the sigh of relief just seeing it there. I slept so well that night. But yes, it was safe and sound. It was inside. No one got into our card. Everything was good, and it's nice that I still have this intact. I really liked the final setup for this week. I thought it was a really good combination of both functionality but also a bit of a journaling and creativity space. However, obviously I wasn't able to use it. But if you did enjoy these stickers and color schemes, I will be using them for the rest of the month, both in my weekly spreads and daily pages. So if you're into that, be sure to join me on the next one. Before I leave, I did want to let you know that I still did some paper planning during this week that I didn't have my actual planner. So if you want to see what I came up with, I thought it was very dangerous, a very dangerous spot, because I started leaning towards a different planner for 2025, but you'll see what I mean on the next one. I can't wait to see you then, and I hope you had a much better week than I did.